One thing I'm taking away from this course is the importance of a counselor being multiculturally competent. I feel like it's difficult for a counselor to establish a rapport or connection with the client if they have no idea who they are as a person. So I feel like it's really important for every counselor to take the opportunity that they can have to be culturally competent. I'm taking away a lot of things from this class, but one thing that really stuck with me was the different communication styles for each culture. For example, African Americans, when they communicate, it's likely that some of them will participate in other activities, or not other activities, but other tasks, not make eye contact, maybe look disinterested, when really that's not the case. That's just their communication style. I've actually had experience with African American males and females at my practicum site, and I've noticed this, and I thought, they don't really seem like they're paying attention, or they don't really seem like they want to be here. And really, that wasn't the case at all. I've also taken away um, other cultural, other ethnic group style of communication, and I think it's really helpful for me to understand that, so I won't make assumptions just based on the way someone's communicating with me. I think it's important for counselors to be multiculturally competent. I think that one way that we can all make sure that we do this and this happens is for counselors to take every opportunity that is available to them. If there's a presentation nearby about a culture, go to it. If someone's presenting you with information about a culture, accept it. If you have a client come in with a culture that you've never heard of, research it. You're never going to become familiar with stuff if you don't try or take the opportunity to. Understand that a lot of it's in your own time, but in order for it to be successful, for counseling to be successful, there's got to be some sort of connection and understanding between the client and the counselor. If the relationship isn't established, normally the counseling won't be effective. Another way for counselors to make sure this happens is to advocate for it. The more people who advocate for it, the more chance it's going to happen. Someone could take research and be like, hey, look, X amount of this race drops out of counseling because they don't feel like they're culturally understood, or they feel like they're misperceived by the counselor. So showing studies and having more people back you up, I think would really make a difference. One worry that I do have is about being culturally sensitive is controlling my microaggressions. I have realized that a lot of people, including myself, have microaggressions after taking this class. I didn't even really know what they were, but I've already had to have experience with controlling my face when someone tells me something crazy, um, or something that I think is crazy, and I'm like, what? So I've got to keep those in check, especially when someone from a different culture tells me something that I may think is crazy, or I may think is wrong, or I may think is bad. I've got to keep myself in check. As far as being culturally sensitive, I'm pretty, open to most cultures. I don't want to say I'm open to all of them because I have not encountered all of them. Um, One that is difficult for me is people who aren't Christian. But I have to remember, if they want to come up to me and talk about Allah, well, I'm going to do some research on Allah. I may not agree with Allah's existence. I may not believe that that person should pray to Allah. My instinct is going to be like, no, let me teach you about God or whatever. But after learning more and learning how to, control my microaggressions and rephrase my, worldview and thinking, that, it's going to be a lot easier for me to process after taking this class. So I really enjoyed this class, and I'm glad I took it. And thanks, Dr. Glass, for doing a great job.